Hello, and welcome to today's family program. I'm so happy that we are here again. Another week has come, and we have to continue what we have already started. First of all, let me welcome everybody to this program, and especially those who are here for the first time. Our programs are built one on the other, so I always encourage that you watch the previous programs in order for you to be abreast with what we are talking about and where we are going. It's been so wonderful since we started talking about effective teamwork. And we've looked at how teams, come together, they are formed, and we started looking at conflict resolutions. And we say conflicts are inevitable, and we, gave a few tips as to what happens before conflicts, come, that you can actually know the symptoms and poor communication and other things that we dealt with. If you listen to the previous programs, you would, get a better understanding. And last week, we looked at the conflict indicators, and we did make mention of things like body language and disagreements and open confrontations without any reasons, and, bringing surprises, not getting people ready for what is coming, and, lack of clear goals, and so many things that we talked about. And it's very, very important that we know that all these indicators are there. And if you know about them, when they begin to show themselves up, you will be in a position to identify and manage, the way forward. And today we are going to continue, and we'll be looking at tips for solving the problems, tips for problem solving. And it's very, very important because problems would come, conflicts would arise. But when you know what to do in time of problem, then you are safe and you are protected. Yes, as much as we cannot drink water ahead of a thirsty day, you can plan for any eventuality when they actually come. When you are sick and you come to the doctor, as much as the doctor is sorry that you got sick, he's happy because he knows you have come to the right place where solutions and how to get you back on track is. Therefore, the doctor will rejoice. And the same thing with problems. When you know how to resolve problems, then you will not be afraid when problem comes. Conflicts are part of human nature and life. So first of all, the tip number one that I would give you if you are to resolve or solve problems is to set your views clear in a non-judgmental language. Make your communication, set your views clear in a non-judgmental way. Avoid using words like always, you never, and this is how, and so on and so forth. Let the language that you use in solving problems be void of judgment. Avoid using judgmental language. Don't be conclusive. Don't be overconfident in your assertions. You always have to give space for others to either express themselves or to, defend or to recognize that your aim is for resolution. So number one, once again, avoid making judgmental communications. Number two, tip for solving problems is to make sure that you are clear about the core issues. Don't sway from one point to the other. Stay within the core of whatever the conflict is. In that case, you will be able to know how it got there and what led to that. Don't assume that you understand. So clarify the core issues. Did you say this? Did that happen on that day? And why didn't we get to know? When you get all those pieces together, then you say, oh, well, had you said it 2 weeks ago, had you made it known that you are going through this or that, we would have maybe made some other changes. And then you can find out that with that kind of approach, you would already be bringing solution whilst you are getting to know the deals that are on board. So make sure, number 2, to clarify the core issues. There is no problem in asking questions over and over and over again. When I was a student in school, I used to ask a lot of questions. The teacher explains and I ask a question. Did you mean this? Did you say that? And some people looked at me like maybe I'm not smart, or, he needs to be explained to twice before he gets it. But I can tell you, because of those question asking, I sometimes got further explanation from the teachers, and it also made me confident to actually get enough knowledge. Ask questions so you can be clear before you make a judgment. Number 3, you have to listen to every party in a conflict. Get their point of view clear. Do not focus on one. You are coming from a very neutral position. You don't conclude this is right, that is wrong. If you even know, you have to get the viewpoints of each party and give each party ample time to express themselves. Let them bring up things that are maybe in the wardrobe, things in the cupboard. Let them bring all issues out so you can know. In this time, you have to also maintain a very positive body language. Like, I'm asking you these things, not because I want to make a judgment, but I'm asking to understand so that I can see from your viewpoint and, bring solution. So it is very, very important that we, as we look forward to solving these problems, make sure we listen to the viewpoint of each party before we jump into any conclusions. Number 4, check understanding of the disagreement by what? Restating the core issues. When they have given you all the core issues, you need to find out again, did you really mean this? Did you say that? Was it like that? Because sometimes when you seek for a second opinion or you seek for a repeat of what has gone on, people may add or clarify certain things. So check understanding of the disagreement by restating the core issues. And you have to make sure that you are not only dealing with one person or few people. Anybody involved in the conflict should be part of the solution process. You have to also let people bring their comments, what they think about it, what they feel about it, the parties involved. And sometimes in explaining or bringing their views, they can really realize they're right or they are wrong. Remember, we are about problem solving, conflict resolution, not conflict, breeding or making the conflict more intense. No, we want to kill the fire, but not by just throwing water on it, but by visiting the core principles and reasons so that in future we can avoid such situations. Conflicts are really powerful if you come to understand, and they are beneficial because through conflicts, you can see the real persona of people. Through conflicts, you can get to know people better. But remember, as a leader, as a person who is looking for the good of the team and for the team to be effective, your position should be to look for resolution of the conflict where all parties can forgive each other and keep on moving, not separating and each going its own way. Conflicts are rich if you understand how important it brings gold out of people. So next time when you are faced with a conflict, don't let your first reaction be, I'm going to hide. No, face it, ask yourself those questions, and make sure you have tips in order to get you going. This is today's family program, and I am Dr. Kitcher. As always, We encourage you, if you have any questions, you can communicate with us, ask your questions, we'll give you answers. And we are very thankful to those of you who also bring some feedbacks and tell us what you would want to hear, maybe in future as we continue this program. Today's family program is here for you to help you communicate and relate with other people in a more proper way in your life. So till we meet again next week, I want you to know it is absolutely important for you to not look at conflicts in the negative, but look at it as a natural thing that can happen and it must be solved. But once you get to know the tools that makes it work, you will be able to also live a conflict-free sort of life because it will be managed when it comes. We'll see you again in a week. Until then, I wish you all the best, and I want you to remain informed about conflicts and the tips to solving conflicts. See you next week. Bye-bye.